Kimi on his face, it looks like a baby, but when he closed the visor, he completely different story. I won 3 races in my life, 231 Grand Prix, and he won already 5 races in just less than 30 races of his career.
Why do you think it worked so well between you and Fernando?
I think there was respect from each other. Sometimes in the race I was quicker than Fernando, and I was waiting for him to give the position.
How hard was that for you?
A bit hard, but it's part of our job.
Welcome everybody to this week's F1 Beyond the Grid, a Legends episode with none other than Giancarlo Fisichella. Fizzy, it's great to see you again. Great to have you back on the show. How are you?
Hi Tom, it's just great to be back here, and I'm fine. And I remember the first time we met each other was a long time ago.
A long time ago. Actually, you were making pizzas at your home in Roma in 2001.
In 2001, yeah. But I think we met
even
earlier
before then.
Yeah,
we did,
yeah.
yeah.
It was,
Minardi 96.
I hope my pizza was good.
Now, Giancarlo, I want to talk to you about a lot of stuff today, but can we begin with this? You are no longer the last Italian to win a Grand Prix.
He's driven brilliantly. He is the winner of the Malaysian Grand Prix, Giancarlo Fisichella.
That was you back in Malaysia 2006, and of course, Kimi Antonelli's
Yes.
doing the business this year. I'd just love to get your take on that, on the job that Kimi's done so far in 2026.
I would say finally, I'm happy about that, because 20 years is too long. Last Italian winner of a Grand Prix was myself 20 years ago. And now this year with Kimi, this is done, and I'm really happy about what he's doing so far. He's so clever, he's so quick, and he won 5 races. He scored five pole position in a row. This is something, amazing. I won 3 races in my life, 231 Grand Prix, and he won already 5 races in just less than 30 races of his career. So this is just
how much, Giancarlo, has Italy missed a race-winning driver?
Yeah, a lot. Not just by single race, but also the World Championship. So it was I don't remember when. Maybe it was Ascari.
It was Ascari, 1953.
So 70, 80 years ago.
It's about
too
time.
much. It's too much. I think he's got a chance. You need to think just race by race, not taking too much pressure. Be concentrate like he drove in the last couple of races, and he can fight for the championship, I'm sure.
Can we go into more depth about the stage that Kimi's at? Because I'd like to compare it to you back in 96 with Minardi. You were 23 back then. Kimi's even younger, he's 19. But what are the pressures like on a young guy in Formula One?
Yeah, obviously now it's different. It's nearly normal to see a young guy, 18 years old, 19 years old, like Kimi or like Max Verstappen a few years ago. For them it's easier because they can start racing in a Formula 4 already when you are 15. In my era, there was a possibility to race in Formula 3 or something like that when you were 18 years old. So I think they are 3-4 years ahead of us. And because they start racing already when they are 15s, when they get to Formula 1, when they are 18, 19 years old, I think they are already prepared for it.
Okay, so age is just a number.
Yes, exactly. Obviously, if you see, Kimi on his face, it looks like a baby. But when he jumped, when he closed the visor, he completely different story.
This episode is sponsored by Vanto. AI promises to make all of us more productive. The challenge is making sure it doesn't introduce new risks at the same time. Every new tool your team signs up for, every vendor that turns on AI features, every new integration, each one is an opportunity for something to go wrong. And most security programs weren't built for AI's pace of growth. That's where Vanta comes in. Vanta is the #1 agentic trust platform, used by over 16,000 fast-moving companies like Nando's and Granola to ensure they're always audit ready. And now Vanta is helping companies like yours keep an eye on the risks that appear between audits across your vendors, your AI tools, and your whole environment. It does this by acting like a 24/7 GRC engineer in the background, finding issues, drafting fixes for you, and cutting vendor assessment time by up to 50%. Whether you're a fast-growing startup or a global enterprise, Vanta is here to help you automate your security and compliance and earn and prove trust. Get started today at vanta.com/grid. That's VANTA.com/grid. This episode is sponsored by HomeServe. We all expect things around the house to just work, don't we? Whether it's your plumbing, your electrics, or your HVAC system, you don't really think about them until one of them lets you down. The trouble is, regular homeowners insurance doesn't usually cover a lot of the day-to-day wear and tear. So if something does happen, you're often left trying to find someone to fix it in a hurry. Luckily, HomeServe offers different plans to suit your home and your budget. And for as little as $4.99 a month, they've got your back. So if something covered in your plan goes wrong, you can simply call their 24/7 hotline to get the repair process started. I always dread the thought of my boiler breaking down again after a nightmare situation a few years back, so I can completely understand why having something like this in place would bring real peace of mind. Knowing you've already got someone to call if the worst happens would take a lot of the stress out of it. They've been helping homeowners for more than 20 years through a trusted national network of over 2,600 local contractors, and with nearly 4.5 million customers and a 4.8 out of 5 post-repair rating, it's easy to see why so many people rely on them. Join the millions of customers who trust HomeServe. For 50% less your first year, go to homeserve.com/grid. That's homeserve.com/grid for 50% less. Savings compared to renewal price, void in Florida.
How did you change between year 1 and year 2? That you did that sort of you did that weird half season in '96, bit of DTM touring cars at the same time. How did you change between '96 and '97? And can you relate to the change that we've seen in Kimi from last year to this year?
Yeah, I mean, my first season was in 1996, but I did a half of the season because of Minardi was looking for a driver with a good sponsor. And in the middle of the season, another guy came with the money, and he replaced myself. So I did some races, 8 races. In some race I had a problem, technical problem. Some race I did a mistake, so I didn't finish the race. But I took some experience, and it was good to start the 1997 with a new team, with a Jordan team, with a let's say a good car, not good everywhere, but it was somewhere was good. In fact, I was quick in Hockenheim. I was in
You had several races.
second
that
position
year.
in the grid. I scored my first podium in Canada in 1997. So it was a good season for me. I think I learned quite a lot from '96. And in 1997 was my first full season. I think
But was it pressure? How to deal with pressure? Is that one of the biggest things you learned between year 1 and year 2?
Yeah. The pressure was quite important. Was quite and the adrenaline before the race was quite difficult to manage it. But I think I did a very good season, and then day after I went to Benetton.
And then when you look at Kimi Antonelli, he had that European run last year where he scored just 3 points
Yeah.
in 9 races. Look at him this year. He doesn't put a foot wrong.
Yeah, absolutely.
And is that partly learning to deal with pressure?
For sure, for sure. You know, the first test ever, it was in Monza 2 years ago, and he crashed the car. So wasn't a good start for him.
No.
And then last year, he was a bit up and down with some mistakes, with not good performance. But I think this year, you know, with the experience of last year, especially with a good car, now he's very confident and he's very comfortable in the car. Plus the experience of last year, now he's so quick and able to manage the pressure and winning the race.
And how important do you think Toto Wolff has been in his development?
I think is the key.
Right.
Is the key of Kimi's career. I think Toto took already Kimi when he was young in go-kart.
Yeah.
He gave him the possibility to grow up year by year in go-kart and then in Formula 4, Formula 3, Formula 2.
Yeah.
By obviously the help of Toto Wolff and Mercedes. And Toto is the guy who was believing in Kimi for first, especially after Monza crash in testing 2 years ago. Everybody were saying, you think it's too early to put Kimi in Mercedes? Maybe it's better to put him in another team and then in a few years take him in Mercedes.
What did you think? Did you think, if you'd been managing Kimi Antonelli, would you have put him straight in a Mercedes, or would you have put him in a team further back?
For sure, straight in a Mercedes.
You would have done? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Sink or swim?
Yes.
Yeah. I see a few parallels between Antonelli and you, Giancarlo, in that you came from that sort of DT. I mean, obviously F3 and single-seaters, but those couple of years driving touring cars, Kimi's family are big into GT racing, Marco, his dad, and stuff like that. Do you think driving lots of different cars helps you develop as a racing driver more than if you just focus on open wheel?
It depends because, driving a GT car and F1 car or F3, F2, whatever, it's a completely style of driving. The GT is much heavier, there is less grip, less power, and obviously you need to do a different trajectory. You need to jump on the curbs, and with a Formula 1 car you need to be away from the curbs. So it's not easy. But if you are a real talent like Kimi, I think you can, maybe it's an help trying to do some training, some races in a both category.
While we're talking GT cars, what do you make of Max Verstappen doing his Nürburgring 24 hours and his passion for GT3?
This is great. I love him. I like him because he loves to be in a car every week, every day. Also, maybe during the race weekend in Formula 1 in the night he's on the simulator. So
he never sleeps.
He never sleeps. That's passion. That's it was very important to have Max in the 24 hours or Nürburgring. Now the GT championships around the world are more important, and I'm sure Max will do in the future Le Mans 24 hours and Spa 24 hours. I'm sure.
Is it a different mindset, a 24-hour race? Because you've done Le Mans, 13 times
13
now?
times, yeah.
Is it a completely different mindset to this?
Absolutely. First of all, you need to share the car with other two drivers. And in Formula 1, the other driver is your first opponent. In a GT car, in a 24 hours Le Mans, you need to find a very good friendship with your teammates. You need to find a good setup, which is good for everybody. And So the atmosphere has to be relaxed. It's very important. And then during the stint, you need to push. Absolutely, you need to push always, because now the 24 hours of Le Mans are like 24 hours of qualifying session. But sometimes you need to understand when is the time to push, when is the time to take care about the tires, maybe fuel, saving fuel. So it's a long race. Everything could happen. I remember in 2012 we started from the last position and we won the race. So you got a time to do well, to recovering from last position. It's important to be consistent, and that's the key. Yeah.
You know, you talk about a relaxed atmosphere. We had Flavio Briatore on this show, and he was saying that you and Alonso, that partnership in 2005, 2006 was the benchmark for teammates. He said when he looks at Colapinto and Gasly now, he wants the atmosphere that you and Alonso created all those years ago. Why do you think it worked so well between you and Fernando?
Yeah, first of all, I think there was respect from each other, and we understood just working together was the key to go ahead with the team for the development of the car. So we were working very well together. We were sharing our telemetry. We were saying the right direction to the engineers to improve the car. And when we were out from the F1 car, after the briefing and whatever, our PR staff, we were really friends. Sometimes 2 hours before the start of the race, we were playing cards with Flavio, and it was funny because Flavio was with our physio, and me and Fernando, we were together, and we were usually cheating with the cars, and Flavio was getting crazy every time because he was losing. Was very upset with our physio, so it was fun. It was funny, very funny.
Great stories. Do you need to be friends for a teammate relationship to work?
Yeah, don't say friends, but you need to be together, share all the advertising, all the anything you can give to the team and to your teammate to be quicker, to improve himself. It's important. It's important for both of us.
So when you look at George Russell, Kimi Antonelli now, do you think they have what I call now the Fisichella Alonso ingredients?
I don't know yet, because I think in Canada was they were a little bit upset after the race. Also Toto wasn't happy. Also in the last race in Barcelona, they were fighting for the position in the last few laps. I don't know. I don't think there is the same atmosphere, but they will know.
Do you know, this raises a really interesting question, because a lot of people have been saying recently that let's bring it on to Ferrari and Hamilton now. Hamilton wins in Spain, and people are saying for Hamilton to have a proper chance of beating Mercedes this year, Ferrari are going to have to favour him ahead of Charles Leclerc. Do you agree with that?
I don't agree with the words of Ferrari. They're gonna favor Lewis. I'm sure Ferrari is trying to build a good car to both drivers, for sure. The last race, it was a very good race for Ferrari, for Lewis. Unfortunately, Charles he crashed the car in the qualifying session, but without this problem, without the crash in the qualifying session, probably Charles could have the same chance to Lewis to fight for the race, to win the race. They made a good improvement. I think at the moment probably the car is the best car to drive in of the paddock. They need to improve a little bit on the power.
But you think it's too early to park Charles?
Absolutely, it's too early. Yes.
And also, what does it mean favouring one driver over another? Is it because Ferrari famously prioritised Schumacher, and it's funny that we're talking here in Austria. Do you remember 2002 when Rubens Barrichello was asked to move over and let him win at what was only race 6?
Yeah.
So I mean, Ferrari have form, don't they, in terms of favouring one over the other? But
well, I remember also when I was in the Renault in 2005, 2006, when I had after the start of the season few mechanical and technical problems, so I lost the possibility to score a lot of points. I was quite behind Fernando. That was the time to work for Fernando and for the team. So sometimes I was working also Friday and Saturday morning to help the team, like to understand, to use one set more of the tires, to understand which one was good for the qualifying session or which one was good for the race distance. Sometimes in the race I was I was quicker than Fernando, and I was waiting for him to give the position.
how hard was that for you?
A bit hard, but it's part of our job, and we know if we need to do it for the team, it's.
But Fizzy, you're a competitor, right? Who won loads in the junior formulas, Monaco Formula 3, stuff like that.
Yeah.
When you get the call, do you pretend radio's not working, radio's, or
Yeah, at the first call, you say, "What I should do? what should I do?" And then you need to answer, "Okay, you have to do it." But I don't think it's the case of Ferrari at the moment. Let's wait a few races.
This episode is sponsored by Shopify. Starting something new often feels like a much bigger job than it really is. Whether it's something you've designed yourself or a hobby you've always wanted to turn into something more, it's amazing how often people put those ideas on hold because they don't know where to begin. That's exactly what I like about Shopify. It gives you everything you need to build your store and start selling from day one. And listeners of the show can start a free trial today at shopify.com/beyondthegrid. Making that first sale is one thing. Making it easy for customers to come back is just as important. Shopify's checkout helps more people complete that first purchase, and when they return, their details are already saved, so buying again only takes a tap. And because Shopify takes care of so much of the setup and checkout, you've got more time to focus on growing your business. With Shopify, nothing stands between your idea and a real business. So go make it one. Start your free trial at shopify.com/beyondthegrid. That's shopify.com/beyondthegrid.
Let's talk a little more about Lewis and Ferrari now. It's been a long time since they've had a drivers' champion. How influential has Lewis been in turning around their performance? How long have they been needing someone of his stature to lead the team?
But I mean, last year Lewis was struggling a little bit. Apart from some races where he was, let's say, quick. I remember he won the sprint race in China. But then somewhere he was really struggling compare Charles, compare other drivers. Also in a few interviews he was really
He got very down.
really upset with himself. So but when Ferrari took him, I was really happy. Some people were saying, but why Ferrari signed the contract with Lewis? You think he's too old? I said, Lewis is 7 times world championship. He's still in a good shape. and he's got a great experience. He just needs a good car. And in Barcelona, he showed what I just said.
And how, I mean, you raced for a lot of British teams, Team Enstone for 7 years, and then Team Jordan, Force India for 5 years, whatever. How different is Ferrari to those garagiste teams?
First of all, I raced just for 5 races. And, it's different starting the season from the beginning. But obviously, it's an Italian team. It's Ferrari. So the atmosphere there for me was fantastic. Was straight away I felt to be like in a family, and I felt straight away comfortable. Unfortunately, the car was a bit difficult to drive, and jumping from Force India to Ferrari at the end of the season without testing
Yeah.
wasn't easy. Wasn't easy. But was a good opportunity for me at the end of my career to realize one of my dreams since when I was young, to drive for Ferrari. So, and I made it.
Is the way the team operates different to a British-based team?
No, not really. I felt, as I told you, straight away at home. The operation of the team during the weekend is pretty similar to the other team. So,
And for an Italian, I suppose the media, that side of it, ramps up massively if you're in a red car.
yeah, I realized what means Ferrari, an Italian driver, and especially in the Monza Grand Prix, which was my
What a
first
place
race.
to make your debut, yeah.
I was, still dreaming, and but the press, it was crazy.
Yeah.
It was unbelievable. I didn't expect that. It was really.
Can you remember what it felt like driving into Maranello for the first time as a Ferrari driver?
I mean, the first in Maranello, I didn't drive until the end of the season in 2009 because it was not allowed to testing. But when I came to Maranello the first time, just after I signed the contract with them, and we give the announce. It was a unique atmosphere. It was unbelievable. I was thinking, I made it. I am a Ferrari driver. Yeah, there was the hands of Ferrari, and everything is red. People around, the grandstands. It was just amazing.
And did you do any laps of Fiorano before Monza?
No, I did just like an up and down for the for aerodynamics parts in Vairano, which is
Right, okay.
2 hours away from Modena, from Maranello.
Even now, all these years later, do you get goosebumps when you imagine that first time the engine starting up? You're looking at the prancing horse on your steering wheel. Can you still remember the emotions?
I still remember the emotion the first time I went there, and I was next to the car. I was preparing the seat, and I was smiling. I was just dreaming. I understood. I said I realized my dream to be here.
Can you envisage a day when Kimi Antonelli races a red car? How big a story would that be?
It would be another big story like my one, maybe bigger, but who knows?
And Stefano Domenicali was your boss.
And now he's
kind of your boss again now.
He's still my boss.
What was Stefano like as a boss? Was he a hard taskmaster?
It was good. It was very nice. And the first time I met him, I mean, I met him long time ago, but when I went to when I went to Maranello was 2 day after Spa,
Where you just finished
when
second.
when I finished second with Force India. So I went to Maranello, and we talk about the possibility to race for Ferrari in the next 5 races. But there was a problem, to find the solution with Vijay Mallya, which was my boss in Force India. And he said, I will fix it. If you want to race with Ferrari, we are happy to welcome you. And I said, it's my dream. So I'm here for that. So I'm looking forward for it. But also during the 5 races I made with them, it was nice. It was try to help me. The car was difficult to drive. The results were not so good, and I said, "Don't worry, we understand. It's not easy to jump in a different car at the end of the season, and especially this car is not quick enough this year. They won just one race in Spa, unfortunately.
Yeah,
when
with
I
the other
became
Kimi.
second.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
yeah. I know you'd always wanted to race for Ferrari, but given the competitiveness of that Force India, was there any bit of you that was questioning whether it was the right thing to do?
I think was I knew it was difficult to reach to score points, to do well, but was after nearly 14 years in Formula One, I was 37, and it was the dream of my life to drive for Ferrari. So I think it was the right choice,
Yeah.
and I think it's been the right choice, especially now, because since 2009 I'm still
Sure.
working with them. I'm still a Ferrari ambassador. I'm still racing in a GT endurance race, so I'm still in the family.
And of course, Fernando Alonso comes in and takes the seat in 2010, doesn't he? Can we talk a little bit more about Fernando? Because
Yeah.
he's still here at 44 years age. I mean, first of all, are you surprised that Fernando is still here?
I'm not surprised because, like Lewis, they are still in a very good shape. They have a lot of experience and they are still quick. Absolutely. Honestly, and obviously, Fernando is now maybe in the worst moment of his career because he's 44 and he's fighting for the last 4 places, and that's not good for him. He needs to find some motivation, and the motivation it comes just if you have a good car. So probably in a couple of races, they will get the spec B, let's say, and maybe Fernando can have more fun. I hope for him, and I heard maybe he wants to race even next year.
Would you like to see him do one more year?
Absolutely, absolutely.
You can't end it like this, Fernando Alonso, can you?
Yeah,
Kind
it's
of
not
thing.
nice to see him in the last two position, the last row. He doesn't deserve it. So I hope for him to get a better car and try to get a chance to.
I think I know what he needs. He needs a game of cards with Giancarlo Fisichella before the race on Sunday, right?
Yes,
Gonna nip down to Aston Martin.
probably yes.
Look, you compare Lewis and Fernando. They are such titans of this modern era, aren't they? In what they've achieved, their competitiveness. I'd like to ask you about Lewis now. I remember you having a great scrap with him at Spa in 2009, actually, when you were starting on pole. And how do you think drivers change and improve with age? Let's talk about Lewis specifically. How different is he today to that guy you were battling with at Spa in 2009?
Driving the car, not every day. I mean, every 2 weeks, doing a lot of simulator, but especially driving the car in a proper circuit. He's always better. He's all he get the feeling gets always better. The experience to manage the race, the overtaking, it's just, you know, becomes not easy, but it's better to do it when you instead of when you start your career in a Formula One. At the beginning, there is a lot of pressure. You are a little bit scared to make mistakes. Sometimes you're not quick enough. You over driving. So and in with experience, you learn to manage these mistakes.
I mean, you've said that you are still racing. Okay, let's take the neck out of it, right? Because I appreciate the neck would struggle, but how quickly do you think you'd get up to speed today?
In a Formula One
Yeah.
car, it would be difficult. It
Why?
would be
Come
difficult
on,
because I
Fizzy.
think it's a
You still got it?
completely different car than what I used to drive. You know, with the car much bigger, much heavier. They have a lot of downforce. Completely different engine. Probably 3 or 4 days of testing. Maybe I can get close.
3 or 4 days? 3 or 4 laps, Fizzy.
Thank you for that.
Yeah.
But in a GT car, yeah, I can get 3 or 4 laps
And then you're on it. Okay.
to be competitive.
Now, let's fast forward to Monza. Do you think there will be more Ferrari fans there or Kimi Antonelli fans?
Ferrari is always Ferrari in Italy, and you know, I think more Ferrari fans. But obviously, the Italian people, they push also for Kimi.
And do you have any advice for Lewis as to what it will be like going to Monza as a Ferrari driver with, I think, a very good chance to win the race?
You know, it's until Monza, there is a bit of time. There are a few races, and it will be important to know where Ferrari and Mercedes are, where Lewis is on a championship by that moment. But if it's got, you know, the car to win, would be fantastic. I saw Lewis Sunday after the race in Barcelona. I saw his face, very emotional. He was nearly crying.
Yeah.
And, you know, he won over 100 races. He won 7 times the championship. But he was really, you know, emotional because winning with Ferrari, I think it's something different.
And I think there was a lot of relief as well. You know, he'd made this massive change in his life, in his career, and last year hadn't gone
Exactly.
well. So to finally get the win and sort of almost prove that he could still do it. I think there was a
Yes.
lot of that.
Yes,
sort of
yes.
pent
A
up
lot of emotions
frustration.
all together.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Talking of emotions, back to you now, Giancarlo. You race for so many different teams in Formula One. Which team brought the best out in you?
Well, I learned quite a lot. Probably, yeah, in 1997 as well, but especially in a Benetton era in 1998 until 2001. I worked with a very good engineers, and there I learned quite a lot. But I think the best seasons for sure were in 2005 and in 2006 with Renault when we won.
That was when you were driving the most competitive car.
Yes.
But just in terms of getting the best out of Giancarlo, were they your best seasons in terms of the job you were doing?
I think maybe also 2004 with Sauber.
Yeah.
I did a very good season. And that was the key to go back with Renault in 2005 because they were watching myself and I was scoring a lot of points with the Sauber team, which was not you know, the best car in the grid. and Frank Williams and Flavio Briatore, in the middle of the season, they came to me to ask me um, to talk about the 2005 season. So,
Fizzy, this is news. Frank Williams.
yes, Frank Williams.
How close did you get to driving for Williams in 2005?
I was really close with Frank, really, really close. But then after, I don't know, a couple of weeks later, I went to Williams. Flavio called me and I had a chat with him, and I think the program of Renault was much better than the Williams. Was long-term contract, and Renault was getting better and better. So I decided to go to Renault. I think it was the right choice.
Well, that proved to be the right decision, didn't it? Because Renault, of course, then go and win the Constructors' Championship. But how hard is it to navigate the politics of Formula One and make the right decision as a driver?
It's not easy, you know. It's important to take the right choice, the right team in the right time.
But because Frank is was a great salesman, wasn't he? I can
Yes.
imagine him being very charming and
Yes.
giving you a hard sell, right?
Yes, exactly. He was a very good Italian.
Frank.
Yeah, Frank was speaking very good Italian. And it was an honor for me, you know, having the call from Frank Williams and Flavio Briatore with Renault. And I think in that moment I was maybe in my best shape physically, mentally, and also experience in Formula One. So the start of the season of 2005 was just great. I won. I did the pole position in Australia, and I won the race. So couldn't expect much better start of the season in 2005. But then just after the next races, I had some accident. I had some technical problem, and I couldn't fight for the championship.
And then the momentum goes out of the challenge, doesn't it? Momentum is so important.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, Giancarlo, it's so great to have you on the show again. Thank you for your time. So you're still racing for Ferrari in Italy. What else is keeping you busy? I saw you did the Mille Miglia.
I did the Mille Miglia, and got management of drivers, which is the pro racing.
Who are you managing?
Yes, we have 3 drivers here in Formula 3, and a few drivers in Formula 4, Formula Freca. We got 2 girls in Formula 1 Academy, so I'm really happy about it. Yes.
Busy. What's the name of your management company?
Pro Racing.
Okay. And if you could pick one of them that we need to be looking out for, who would you choose?
Or
are they like your children?
Can't say
they're
one
like
of
your
them.
children, right?
I like my children. Yeah, I hope one of them. I hope one of them will be in Formula 1 soon. I hope so.
You need to have a chat with Flavio and all your contacts, right?
Yes, why not?
Giancarlo, thank you so much for your time. Great to have you on the show.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you very much.
Thank you.